Hey guys, welcome back, and today I want to talk about what I spend my gig driving money on, how I invest my gig driving money. And it's not financial advice. You always know a YouTube video is going to be a banger when a YouTuber says in the first 30 seconds, this is not financial advice. Please go see a licensed professional if you require financial advice. All that kind of good stuff. This is just going to be about what I do, not me telling you to do anything, not me suggesting you to do anything. It's just what I've been doing with my gig money since I started driving back in 2021. So, I guess to just set the frame up here, I'm in the phase of my life right now where I'm in the growth phase of investment, in the growth phase of wealth. So I spent the last few years specifically getting myself out of debt. So I started gig driving, I still had debt, and then even before I was gig driving, I was still digging my way out of debt slowly. So this year, 2023, I am finally debt free. I've paid off all my personal loans. I have also, hurrah, I have paid off my HEX debt, which is, for those not familiar with the terminology, my university courses, everything I did back in my early 20s. I've now paid off all the courses, all the student loans for it. That is done effective the financial year that just finished. All done and dusted, so no mandatory repayments coming out of my salary anymore to pay back the government for sending, not sending me to uni, but allowing me to go to university without upfronting it all myself. So that's exciting. Just for those who don't know, early 20s, I went to university, studied at USQ, and did 1 year getting a diploma in primary and middle school education with a major for music. I was thinking when I came out of high school, I'd jump straight in, become a music teacher. And then after realizing that I probably don't want to deal with snot-nosed kids all day who don't really care about music, and, you know, I'd have to also get them to play the recorder as well. That'd be a nightmare. Imagine that, wasting my musical talent on teaching kids how to play a recorder. I decided not to be a primary and middle school teacher, and then I switched into civil engineering. I did 3 years in civil engineering after that, and then moved on to other things, bigger, grander, greater things. Bigger, grander, greater was me working in Brisbane as a construction worker. I did that for a bit, and then moved into like sales and stuff afterwards. But anywho, now I'm out of the get out of debt phase into the growth phase. So the growth phase for me is I need to take some risks with my money. I need to grow my wealth. Further down the track, you know, maybe 10, 20, 30 years later, who knows? Depends how much wealth I build. It won't be a growth phase anymore. It will be a preservation phase where I make my investment portfolio geared around preserving the money, making sure the money has as little risk as possible in the market, and to sustain myself, I guess, as I move into retirement. Fingers crossed, hopefully retirement still exists for us young folk as we get older. But you know what? I'm not going to let that retirement dream die. I'm going to do everything I can towards it. Hence, growth phase, taking risks while I'm young with the money and not in debt anymore, which is the most important thing. You don't take risks with your money while you still have debt. You've got to focus on the debt, clean the debt up, and then you can start to build and grow from there. So, the gig money, now that debt's all paid off, but even when I still had debt being paid off, because I've got a full-time job, and then I side hustle as well on top of it. The side hustle money, I started to invest, and I invested it aggressively from the very first paycheck I got from Doordash, and it goes into cryptocurrency. So, why cryptocurrency? Well, high risk, high reward. Now, just to paint the picture properly, I don't use margin trading. I don't use leverage trading or anything like that. I'm doing spot trading. So I'm only using the money that I have that I can lose without losing even more money. If I was doing margin, that means I'm getting a loan to buy financial assets. If I'm trading on leverage, it means I can get liquidated. I'll just leave it as that. I just want to keep this super high level, guys. I'm going to run through like all financial terminology and stuff like that. So I just trade with my own money. I buy and invest with my own money. So why cryptocurrency? High risk, high reward. And I have been doing it waiting for the Bitcoin halving in 2024 as the largest macro factor to it. So right now, I see that we are in an accumulation phase for cryptocurrency. The markets are down. It's kind of bearish. You're seeing little spikes, little fluctuations. It's like a bunch of dogs at the gates. Say hounds at the races, and we're all just reeling to go. We're all reeling to go. We're waiting for the gates to open so we can all run out. That's where I feel the market is right now. It's ready to go. So when it's in its ready to go phase, I'm purchasing financial assets. I'm building up my Bitcoin, my Ethereum, my Cardano, my Polkadot. I'm buying into some riskier assets in the crypto space, even though crypto's already risky as it is. Higher risk stuff, like running with the dog pack. Back to the dog example. I'm running with the dogs, like Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Floki. It's some very high risk speculative stuff there. And yeah, also like engine and stuff like that for, gaming. But I got a list. I've diversified across. I've spread it out. I'm not jumping onto super hype coins. You see things like Pepe popping up recently. I was like, no, that is a rug pull. But so investing in crypto, because after the Bitcoin halving event, and just very, very high level, I don't want to deep dive into this. Bitcoin halving event 2024 means that Bitcoin, which gets mined, so they create Bitcoin into the circulation by mining it, which is processing it with computers. I'm just going to say that, go Google Bitcoin mining. I don't want to go super low level, which means it's going to, in 2024, get twice as difficult to compute to create the new Bitcoin, which, even though it's a scarce resource as it is, there's a finite number of Bitcoin. That scarcity, it becomes twice as difficult to extract the small amount remaining, which will have a push up on the price. And when Bitcoin has a run, eventually Bitcoin hits a certain point and people start to sell out to other assets, moving the money around, trying to find further growth opportunities. It happens every cycle. And if you look across, there's cycles on the crypto market, all just slightly after these halving events. So in 2021, I was like, okay, cool. I got about 2, 3, I think it was 3 years until the halving event comes through. So I started accumulating, started dollar cost averaging in. So I don't just throw all my money into one thing at a time. I spread the money out over time, so market fluctuations don't impact me as much, but I'm still building up and accumulating financial assets in the crypto space. So dollar cost averaging has also, I guess, limited my risk, reduced my risk exposure through some of the major market events that have happened. Things like the terror inflicted by SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, the FTX collapse and Alameda, just commingling of funds that happened there. That was an absolute nightmare. That destroyed the market. Like things when the SEC turns around and they're like, this is a list of 50 plus cryptocurrencies listed on exchange, and they're saying these are all unregistered securities, and I went at the exchanges for it, crippled the market again from that. But when these things happened, I'm like, cool, because I'm dollar cost averaging in, I've still got reserves aside, because I'm not spending everything every single week. Maybe it's $100 a week going in across several assets, maybe $200 on certain other weeks. But I've got these reserves aside, so when we see these big market dips, I can buy in heavier to buy the dip. If you're in the crypto space, you hear it all the time. Buy the dip, bro. Buy the dip. So yeah, I do it. I buy the dip when the dips happen. So eventually, when the bull run happens, after the halving event next year, and it's not just the halving event, guys, we've also got things like BlackRock. They've got their ETF. That's all going through approvals right now. And once we start seeing the big boys, the big financial institutions running money into the market, and yeah, sure, like some of it will be OTC that they're purchasing, but over a prolonged period, as more spot ETFs pop up into it, we'll see more buying pressure and prices going up, Bitcoin halving, prices going up, people looking for further growth across a bull run, prices go up, fresh money will come in, and we may as well see like another aggregator to the mix across that bull run phase, and it could be interest rates starting to drop. And as soon as we see interest rates starting to drop, we're going to see financial markets rally. Not just crypto, but all financial markets will start to rally because companies and institutions don't need to spend as much money on interest rates, which will rally the market. So if we get a couple of them things all happening at the same time, a Bitcoin halving event, ETFs absolutely booming, and we see a reduction in interest rates, we are set up for new all-time highs across cryptocurrency. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking a risk, and the risk is I'm not putting myself backwards with this strategy. It is a high risk, high reward, but I'm not putting myself backwards. All I'm losing is time, which is my most valuable asset, by the way. Time. I'm losing a little bit of money on fuel and a little bit of wear and tear on my car. So I'm not getting loans out to purchase cryptocurrency. I've still got my full-time job. I'm saving money aside, cash for a house, and that's in a bank account, accumulating interest. I think I'm on a 4.6% interest rate right now, and that's building up in the background. I'm putting each paycheck money going across to their home deposit. In addition, I've got my superannuation in Australia. For those overseas, superannuation. Each time I earn money for my full-time job or my employed job, the company is putting money aside for my retirement. It goes into a fund, which I can reach or access at a preservation age. I think it's 60, 65, 67. I've got to double check. No, 67's pension, 65's preservation age for super. So I can access them. So that's building up my retirement funds. Kind of like a 401k, guys, for those in America. So I've got that happening towards my retirement, saving money for a house, my full-time job. Also, any extra money I got left over from my full-time job, pretty much living like a peasant right now. So I do invest it. I buy into BlackRock's IVV for the S&P 500, just dollar cost averaging in every now and then, just for the long-term market. So buying shares as well, not just crypto, but shares with that. So yeah, diversifying across. The end goal, big bull run, buy a house. Be great. But if the bull run doesn't happen, I'm still making them financial moves in the background, saving up cash for my full-time job to support that home purchase. So that's kind of where I'm at. If you're interested in cryptocurrency, I do have a link down below in the description. My personal link for SwiftX, which is the Australian exchange that I use. They're playing by the rules. They're working with regulators. They're based in Brisbane, so I know where to go knocking if anything goes wrong, which I don't think it will. I've got all my money for crypto across into them guys right now. I've pulled stuff out of Bittrex overseas. I've pulled stuff out of eToro, CoinSpot. I've got an account with them too, but I just haven't migrated it across to SwiftX yet. I was like, yeah, it's not worth the fees. But yeah, SwiftX, link down below in the description. It's my personal sign-up link. You sign up for free. You don't need to put any money in. You can watch the markets. You can paper trade on it as well. Paper trade means you can use, just a demo kind of thing and just, see how it goes. So you can do all that kind of stuff. And they've got heaps of courses too on just learning about cryptocurrency. So worth checking out if you're interested in having a go at some cryptocurrency, buying your first little bit of Bitcoin or something. Link down below in the description to SwiftX. This is one that I use personally. So that's all I had to touch base on today. I just want to run through that's my strategy. All my gig money goes into cryptocurrency, and in 2024, I will let you guys know how much money I made. I'm confident it's going to go up. It's going to be new all-time highs on the market. Just sitting here, I'm just buying in, waiting. Very patient. Patience is a virtue, of course, guys. I've learned over time not to react to the markets, be like, oh my God, the sky is falling. Because, the sky falls every month. There's news articles every month saying it is the end times for any financial market. So I've learned to kind of block out that noise and just look for hey, where's our big macro factors here? Okay, interest rates, or ETFs from BlackRock, or Bitcoin halving event. They're the big things I'm looking at. I'm looking at the macro plays, and then the other ones FTX collapse or they commingled funds. Boom, heavy down there. But yeah, guys, that's all I want to talk about today. I invest my money in cryptocurrency. Hasn't changed. Those who've been watching my channel for the last 2 years are like, yeah, we know this. New tuning in, that's what I do. If you want to learn more about cryptocurrency, or you want me to talk about cryptocurrency more, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to. I'm talking at the very tip of the iceberg here. I'm not talking, you know, the 500 times more stuff surrounding it underneath the water level, just very tip of the iceberg. I don't want to confuse anyone, of course. It's just general chat. So, guys, that's all I had to talk about today. What do I do with my gig money? And yeah, let me know your thoughts. Would you invest in cryptocurrency? Do you invest in something else? How do you spend your gig money? What do you do with it? What do you do with it? Do you have a goal? Are you saving up for a business? Are you saving up for a house? Are you spending it? Are you taking it down the pokies every Friday? You just go, no, I'm going to spin this all through the pokies, and we're going for the jackpot. We're going for the jackpot, boys. Let's get the jackpot. Put all your gig money through the pokies and see if it pays out. I don't know. I'm not here to judge. That's the thing. I'm not here to judge, guys. I'm just saying what I do with my money. But guys, that's all for today. Take it easy and peace out. Hi, mate. Have you subscribed to Chris yet? Of course I did. The subscribe button is just down there. Did you know he's trying to get to 10,000 subscribers? 10,000? That's 5 times the size of Cuba Petey. Cuba Petey, mate. Cuba bloody Petey, mate. Cuba Petey, mate. Cuba bloody Petey. He's got some more videos over there too. Over where? Just over there. Over here? Yeah, mate, that's them. Cheers, mate. I'll keep watching because there's always something new. And I'll see you in the next one. Who are you legends?